Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Welcome, everyone, to our show. My name is Miles, and you are at the Happy Humanoids Perspective, a Questionable Reality, episode number 18.
Hello, everyone. My name is Edith, and I'm a certified facilitator of access consciousness. And welcome to our show.
Yes.
Today, depending when you're going to listen to the show, we are talking about the 5-step process to change anything.
Oh, yeah. Just 5 steps.
Yeah. If you want to change anything, there are 5 steps to follow.
That's like on one hand. I can do them all in one hand. No problem.
So what is the first step?
The first one is make a demand. So now this first step, I think, can be the most difficult or the easiest step. For me, it's like there's a lot there because making a demand to change something in your life, whether it's a relationship or improve your relationship or get out of a relationship or improve your finances or whatever, if it's your health or whatever it is, it comes down to really being clear about what it is that you want, number one, and how badly do you want it. So for example, if I have something that I really want very strongly, I'm desiring it very strongly, then making a demand is an easy thing. It's like it doesn't require much effort. It's like if it brings me a lot of joy to do something, then the demand is easy. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
My battery might be.
Yeah, we hear you.
But if you're not clear about what it is that you want, which a lot of us aren't, we may have an idea that, we want more money. It's kind of a vague idea. More money doesn't necessarily create anything for your life. It's just, what will that money give you? And for me, it's like having a clear idea of what it is that you want and then creating a demand. And also I want to add that the demand, once you make it, it doesn't stop just there. So I have a couple of examples of creating demands. One is more extreme and one's more easy. Like many years ago, I made the choice to ride my bicycle from Orlando it started out to be Alaska, but I ended up stopping in Seattle, Washington. And when I first started, there wasn't really a demand that I had to make it something that was joyful for me to do. And it was easy. So I wanted to get in better shape and I liked riding and I just had the summer to do something. So that's what I chose. And I went from Florida to North Carolina and I stopped there for a few days with my family. And then I continued on up north or northern New England area and then across. And about 800 miles, I just hit this really tough time. I had a really tough day and it's like nothing was going right. I just really had a horrible time. I really wanted to quit. Excuse me. And at that point, I had the choice. I could either stop and, that would have been a credible adventure, 800 miles, and something that would have been pretty honorable, I guess. But I wouldn't finish that what I desired to do. So I was like, I could either make the demand to push through whatever it is that I was stuck with, or just give up and say, well, that's good enough, and I'll just go home. So I created a demand. Okay, I'm going to do this no matter what. I had talked to my dad, and he was like, yeah, we'll come pick you up, no problem. You're only a couple hundred miles from here. And it's like knowing that was a possibility was good. It was like there was a choice I could make. But the one I wanted to make was really doing the other 3,000 miles, which was going across the U.S. So I just told myself, okay, no, thanks, Dad, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then the next day I just got back on my bike and I continued across the U.S. So that for me was like, it's making a demand on yourself to choose for what it is that you desire and go beyond the resistance of what it tells you, because the resistance is going to be there. It doesn't sleep. It's always going to be there. And it's having to make that demand of yourself each time that comes up, each time the resistance come up, it's continuing to make that demand. So Edith, you have some different perspective there?
Yeah. Making a demand, it doesn't require doesn't require force. It simply requires certainty, total certainty. No matter what it will take, what I will have to be, I'll have that, I'll be that. It's about, and when you have a total certainty about what you demand in your request, the world changed to accommodate the change you're asking for, which means that, it's all about, it comes from us, and it's all about choosing, as you said, it's about choosing for ourselves with a level of certainty, which there is no doubt, this is what I desire. Universe, I'll take the example of the universe. This is what I'll desire, and this is what I'll do. I'll do whatever is required. And I remember that I made that kind of demand to the universe in 2012, where I was in a job. I knew it was not the job where I could express myself fully, where I could my capacities and all that. And after the job, I was in my car and I was talking to the universe, and I said, universe, I know I created this. I am the creator of my life, but it's not my life. I want my life. And if this is the life that I have to live for the rest of my life, please come and take me. And when I said it, I was like, oh my God, I'm really certain about that. For me, there was no way I could continue to live my life this way. So yeah, and 10 hours after that, I received the guidance of what to do in my life. And I told myself, okay, I asked that yesterday. 10 hours later, the morning after, I received the guidance through a meditation. I'll do it. It was about quitting my job. It was about, even if I didn't know what to do, but I didn't know what to do, but I knew we have that kind of certainty inside of us. Okay, I asked it. This is the thing. I'll do it, and I'll do it, whatever is required for me, but I'll do it. So yeah, so I had to meet all the people who said, are you crazy leaving your job? You don't know what to do. What about your pension? And I said, you know what? This is what I have to do. Because otherwise I had this impression that I was about dying, because I could not live that kind of life anymore. And that's what I did. And that was, the greatest thing for me to do, the greatest move for me to do, one of the greatest moves for me to do in my life. So yeah, so making a demand, it's about being very certain. Hey, this is what I desire, universe. Well, for me, it was with the universe. And I'll do whatever is required here. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll be whatever it takes to change this, no matter what it takes.
So when you made that demand on yourself, did you feel like the universe had your back? Did your energy shift, or was there some sort of, like you talked about, the next day you chose to quit your job and move forward in that way? But once you made that demand, was there something that you could like recognize that there was a shift in your energy or a shift in?
Yeah, when I made that demand, for me was like, oh my God, I really mean business here. Mm-hmm. It's like, I won't go back. And it's like, I want to move on with my life. I want to move on. I want something else. I cannot continue this anymore. Mm-hmm. That was like, and it was between me and me. I knew I could not continue this. And yes, well, I continued to work for another 6 months, but I knew I was about leaving it. I knew. I prepared myself, and I did. For me, I would have gone 1 week after if it was just me, but I did it. I asked questions about, okay, what will be the best time? What time would contribute? What date will be for me the best contribution for me in my life? And yeah. So yeah, it was really something. Is there something in your life where you have, you know this is not what you desire to live. And so what will it take for you to make a demand to you and to the universe? Because when we do it to ourselves, well, the universe is there, and what would it take for you to ask the universe? So yeah, so it's our second step. The second step is of our 5-step process to change anything is ask a question. What's going to take for this to show up?
So just want to clear like what you brought up before, like was there something that,
Okay.
yeah, so everything that you said about, is there something that you know that that you want to change? And so everything that is everywhere that you have some idea that this is going to be hard or not going to be supported or it's impossible, you don't know your path, you don't have a plan, all those things, so everything that brought up with what Edith said, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, balls and beyonds. Oh yeah, and yeah, when I make that demand to the universe, I'll come back to this too. It seems like I took something that was there inside of me, and just the fact to take it out, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. Was like, oh, such a release. It's such a relief, and yeah. And when I received the morning after in the meditation, the step, what to do. This is something. It doesn't come from there, you know. What the fact to leave my job and all that. It was more. I knew it was what I had to do. Even if a lot of people in this reality were telling me something else, or even if when I was just thinking about it, thinking the thoughts, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? But when I was going back in this certainty that I knew that, yeah, what was created with this meditation, the energy that was there and how I received it, I knew it was the thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add to that. Like some people may not know exactly, they may not have this revelation, like, well, this is a thing to do. You know, it's like like some things may not show up like that. Some things may not be as clear as like, okay, this is clear to me. This is definitely my choice. But you might have a possibility of knowing that what isn't working for you. It's like, okay, this job isn't working for me, or the way that I'm doing this job isn't working for me, or whatever it is. And you don't really have to know the plan. That's the thing. It's like you don't have to have a clear vision of where to go next, even though you might be in this moment and realize, okay, in this 10 seconds, you know, this part of my life isn't working for me. You know, then we can come to just more of a clarity of, okay, what else is possible? What is it that you truly desire? And then from there, you can just start to get a sense of the energy of like, well, maybe it would be like Gary talks about, he wanted a job where he could make so much per month. He wanted to be traveling 2 weeks of the month. And he had all these other sort of requests to the universe. So you can begin to make a list of things that you desire, and demand of yourself that you want more of, like maybe you want more free time, or maybe you want more time to enjoy the outdoors, or maybe you want more time to play an instrument, or whatever it is, making that demand, even though it may not seem important or something, it's just something that's interesting to you. Make that demand on yourself to take that little step for yourself, you know, do it for yourself. And everything that you believe that you should do, that you are not, or that you should demand yourself to work out more, you should demand yourself to eat better foods, whatever that means, or you should demand yourself to not be so negative. All those things of the shoulds, will you destroy and create all those times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, balls and beyonds.
And everywhere you're using the demand against you to create more stress, trauma, and drama in your life, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, balls and beyonds.
Maybe we can give up the demand to be mean to you. You know, maybe let that one go. Demand something else. So you start on the second the second
step.
Yep.
The second step of the process, ask a question, what's going to take for this to show up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you want to go?
Well, yeah, just have a thing. It could be anything, like if you're making $1,000 a week or something like that, which could be good. and you want to make $2,000 a week, you may not know exactly the steps to get there, but you can just say, okay, what's it going to take for this to show up? This is what I desired. I went through the first process of being clear what I wanted, making the demand. Okay, I'm going to do whatever's required to create $2,000 a week, and then begin to go from there. Do you have something to add to that, or?
Yeah. By asking the question to the universe, it opens up to possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we are the source, we are like a transmitter in the universe. And when we ask a question, it seems like we open up a door to receive something new. So by asking what you desire, you open up, first you say to the universe what you desire, and you open up the door to receive it too.
Mm-hmm.
And by asking the universe will take care of you. Yeah. So, and everything in the universe is consciousness, and each molecule that exists is here to support you. And everywhere you don't believe in this, because you made a lot of requests to the universe and you haven't received whatever you desired in the way that you were expecting to receive, well, and create and destroy it all times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
Yeah. So first step, make a demand. Second, ask a question. What's going to take for this to show up? Do you want to add something to the second one?
No, that's good.
Okay. Third step, pot and pock everything that doesn't allow it to show up.
Mm-hmm. So that's like all the points of view you have and excuses that are standing in your way. That's like the resistance that, like for me, the example of the bicycle, if I made the choice to continue on, and it's like, well, I'm really tired, or I don't really know where I'm going, or this is too hard, or this isn't really that much fun, or all those things are resistances that I have set in place, or excuses. And so everything, whenever you have something that comes up, if you're trying to make the $2,000 a week or something like that, then it's like there's going to be some resistance there, because once you begin to move more into something that you desire to do that maybe isn't that easy for you, or maybe you think it's going to be difficult, resistance is going to be there to fight you, basically. So, where was I going with that? Yeah, so basically, pot and pock everything that whenever that resistance comes up, just okay, pot and pock all that stuff, or everywhere that I'm resisting this, or everywhere that I don't allow this to show up, or everything that I'm doing to create chaos, so I'm not continuing with my target. We destroy and uncreate all that times Godzillion.
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, on shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah.
Do you have some add to that?
No. Well, it's all about, it's simple, pot and pock everything that doesn't allow this to show up.
Yep.
Yeah. And number 4,
mm-hmm.
Choose and act. What choice is it required for me to take here? And follow the energy about that. Because when we ask a question to the universe, be present to this question, because this question has an energy. And when you have possibility that are offered to you, look at the energy of this possibility. And if it's the same as your question, this is the response of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the way to function. Our first language as a humanoid is energy. And if the more you will open yourself up to the energy of the words, the energy of the possibilities, the more you will be able to function from that space, and life becomes so much easier from that space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive the energy of everything, we now uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Mm-hmm. And also, it's good to ask the honest questions. It's like if you're stuck somewhere and it's like, what choice do I need to make here? It's if you're coming to a crossroads or somewhere that you're stuck, and you got to be honest with your questions. Like, really, what is required of me here? What do I need to make? And be willing to ask the question from that point of view, even though it might be, okay, you need to go talk with someone, or you need to do something that you really don't want to do or desire to do, and act on it, even though it's not like, Gary started out, he did things that he maybe didn't desire to do, but it's not about isolating the movement of doing something, or isolating the action of doing one thing. It's about having the vision or having the awareness that, okay, my target is this thing here, and doing this little action, this is what comes up, this is what's required. I may need to take out the trash or whatever example it is, or maybe you need to go work at some job you don't like for a certain amount of time to make the money to do what you need to do. But that's it. And also not isolating it down as my life is working at some job I don't like to do. No, it's like it's something that's part of a bigger plan. And if you follow the energy of the universe, something will transpire of that, something will be created from this. And also procrastination, like not waiting until if you ask the question, what really is required here, and you get a response or get an energy of what's required, act on it then, and don't procrastinate, because that's going to sabotage your plan. It's like the energy is there. It's like what's the strike while the pan is hot, the old Southern term. So yeah, the old skillet. Yeah. So
Cool.
everywhere that you have, everywhere you're not willing to listen to the universe when it suggests or offers a possibility in a way that is not the way that you desire to do, or not the way you desire to receive it, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. Yeah. And it brings us to the fifth step, which is undo everything that doesn't allow you to receive it. And it's probably the step where you will have, well, for me, you will have to work the most, or put more attention on it. Because when we ask the universe is preparing the quantum entanglement, adjust, adapt to whatever we ask. When we don't receive it, it's often because we don't allow to receive it. And it's not about just the desire to receive it that is here. It's about destroying everything that is in place that doesn't allow us to receive it. And it could be something, maybe not in this lifetime, it could be in a past life as well. So pot and pock, all the decision, judgment, conclusion, computation, separation, projection, expectation that you have about receiving it or not, or everything that doesn't allow you, all of that don't allow you to receive it. It could be the causal incarceration, causal incongruities, causal incarnation, causal realities, and causal inculcation that don't allow you to receive all of that. It's because of this that I cannot receive this. It's because, all the because that we have in our life. So all the vows, oath, swearing, fealties, communities, promises, contract that you made in all the lifetime that don't allow you to receive this. That could be to do this too. And yesterday I was with a client, and that was interesting, because in order for us to open up to receive whatever she was asking at that time, it was about to destroy and uncreate all the oath, vows, swearing, communities, fealties, commitment, promises, contract that she made over all the vows, oath, communities. So yeah, this is how we could destroy. So everywhere you promise something about a promise that you made, So yeah, that could be another way to destroy and uncreate everything that doesn't allow you to receive whatever you desire. What are the benefits of not receiving it? What are the disadvantages of receiving it too? And destroy and uncreate all that. I can continue. Do you want to add something?
I just want to run a clearing on all that stuff. Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, on shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, also, it's not necessarily, like Ida said, it may seem like it's like to receive, oh, that's easy, It's like, oh, I just need to pick up the check or whatever, and there it is. But no, it's like you got to be willing to receive it in all the fantasies or the ways in which you think it should show up. That's like we have make a demand of something that show up, and maybe it's completely different than what we have planned for the way that it will show up, and we maybe are not willing to receive it because it didn't show up the way that we had in our mind how it was going to show up. So it's clearing all those things out of the way of receiving. And that's really what a lot of this is about receiving, the willingness to receive judgments or conclusions of other people, and clearing all of the points of view that we have about what receiving is. So you can go on if you had some more that you had. You said you had a list.
Yeah, we talk and talk all the thoughts, feeling, emotion that you have. Sex or no sex, sex or no sex is about, in this reality, it's about receiving, and it's about judgment, receiving from judgment and receiving, all of that. All the implants, explants, CQs as well, that prevent you from receiving whatever you desire. All the resonance frequencies that are in place that prevent you from receiving, from knowing, from being, from perceiving everything that don't allow you to receive whatever you desire. It can be to the quantum particulate that hold in place everything. What if it's about pot and potting everything of all that? And it's to receive something energetically is about becoming it. So if you desire, let's say, we talk about an amount of money. So when you receive that amount of money in your life, how will you be? How will you feel? If it's about, I feel free, I'll be relieved, I'll be joyful. So it's about choosing things now that will create that energy of being joyful, being relieved, being free. It's about choosing it now to create that energy in order for you to become a magnet to attract all of that.
It's like using the equation backwards. Like if having money equals being free, or having money equals being joyful, be joyful now, and then the money comes. It's like it's just flipping the equation back and working, reverse engineering whatever that is that you desire. So that's a great way to do it. So it's not money that's making you happy. It's just the choice to be happy. It's not. That's all it is just a choice. It's not really the money that makes us happy. It's just the choice that we have after having money. Or it's like practicing the piano for 1,000 hours. It's like after those 1,000 hours of practice, then we allow ourselves, okay, well, I practiced for 1,000 hours. Okay, now I'm going to allow myself to play. Well, what if you could already play if you just allow yourself all the points of view that you had that doesn't allow you to play? It's the same with anything you desire. What if you can be happy now and enjoy your life now? And those things will come. Those will be great as well. So have it all.
So it's all about, because how many people think about, when I have that kind of money, I'll allow myself to be. But what if it's about being it first? And we heard so many times in Access, money follows joy. So you have to be joyful first, and then the money will follow.
It's like they use the money as an endpoint. Like when I get this money, then it's like it's the end of creation. It's like, okay, then I can whatever. But no, it's just a continuation of creation. What now that you have this money, or now that you have more of this joy, or more of this health, or more of this great relationship, what can you create now that this is even better and greater and more expansive? Now what can you create more? You keep asking that question.
So wow. So we repeat the 5 steps now?
Let's do that.
Okay, so the first one, make a demand.
Number 2 is ask a question. What is it going to take for this to show up?
Number 3, pot and pock everything that doesn't allow it to show up.
And number 4, choose and act. What choice do I need to make here, and act on it right then?
And number 5, undo everything that doesn't allow you to receive it. And if you don't know which question to ask about what is it that doesn't allow me to receive it, could be like, is it the time for me to receive this? Or what question can I ask here that will allow me to receive it more easily, or to have the awareness of whatever is blocking me from receiving it? So let's play with the question here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So also these 5-step process to change anything came from Gary Douglas of Access Consciousness, compliments of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
So we are December 22nd.
Yes.
So, well, for those who are present with us tonight, I want to wish you happy holidays and everything that you desire for 2016, and the desire, this willingness to open up to whatever could create more for you in 2016. Yeah.
And also think of Santa Claus like more like the universe. You know, imagine that Santa Claus or the universe is Santa Claus, but the universe is real. Not to say Santa Claus isn't real, but just imagine the universe is there for you 24/7 all the time, wanting to give you whatever you desire. So, yeah, ask those great questions and be more willing to receive everything that you won't allow yourself to receive today. Allow yourself to receive it tomorrow and now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being there. And next week we're going. No, next week we won't be there.
We'll be on holiday next week.
Yeah, you're going to receive the probably the reminder, but yeah, we'll be out of town, so we won't do it. We'll come back in January.
Probably is it the 6th? No, the 5th, 4th.
Yeah, we didn't look at this.
Tuesday.
The
Anyway,
5th.
I think we'll be back on that next Tuesday. If not, we'll be the following Tuesday. But
Yeah, it will be the
pretty sure.
January 5th. We'll be back.
Yep, that's right.
Thanks again. Thanks everyone.
Thanks so much for listening. See you next time.
Thanks for
Thank
listening.
you.
Give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on the Happy Humanoid Perspective, Questionable Reality. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next year.
Mm-hmm.